Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 3 of the Young Pro Show. Today we're here with Mr. Oliver Wolf. He's had some massive success at a very, very young age, and I can't wait to, be having him here today and sharing some knowledge with you guys. So, Oliver, why don't you start off by just first of all, how are you today?
Oh, thanks for asking. No, I'm great. It's actually a pretty beautiful day, so I'm definitely going to take advantage of that, but I'm always great.
Good to know. All right, well, why don't we just start off and sharing with the audience or the camera a little bit about yourself. Where were you maybe a few years ago? Where are you now? What's changed? Kind of stuff like that.
For sure. Well, first off, I appreciate you having me on the show, especially third episode. It's great to be part of the beginning. But yeah, so a bit about myself, personal, business, all that kind of stuff. A few years ago, what I like to say is that had you asked me what I was going to do, I'd probably look at you with a blank face and not really have any kind of an idea. So I find it cool because it went from that to right now where I can tell you my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, and really sort of have a much higher level of confidence in myself. So what had happened was, in CEGEP kind of thing, I went to John Abbott CEGEP in Quebec, and I had actually dropped out. I was really discouraged and not really thinking. I didn't know what my purpose was, and this was only like about 4 or 5 years ago. And one day something clicked in my head, and I just sort of realized, I am destined for more. If someone can do it, so can I. And in fact, I can probably do it better because they've done it. Why can't I do it better? So I kind of started to really create that as part of my mentality and really came back to school, graduated, got a business degree, came to University of Ottawa, so moved from Montreal to Ottawa.
Now, was there one moment in specific that you thought that changed, or was it just kind of a process?
It's interesting. I can't pinpoint something. What I can say that it was really just around that time at CEGEP where I was entirely lost. Again, just really no purpose was clear for me. It was just like one day or 1 week or maybe just 1 year. It just happened. I just realized why can't I do more? Okay. And it just sort of happened. I think that's what a lot of people go through. I think everyone has that potential. It's just the fact that they don't know when it's going to come and they don't know how to find it, which is why it's great when we have people like young pros or things like that who look for it and know how to find it and then bring it out. So that's one of my passions as well, is really finding people's potential for them or helping them find it.
Okay, cool. All right, so you went through this process. You were at a stage where you weren't sure where you wanted to do, where you wanted to be, what you wanted to do, and then all of a sudden, through the process of life, you began to realize your own potential and began to realize that if other people could do it, you could do it too. So, what's changed since then? Where are you now?
Right. So since then, and with that mentality, I've pretty much taken on everything.
Sorry, how long ago was that?
So this would have been, say, 3 years ago now, 4 years ago.
Okay.
And so with that mentality, I've taken on everything with a sense of how do I become number one? Instead of even there's no reason to doubt it. And even if you don't become number one, whatever you achieve on the way there will be better than what you would have achieved had you not aimed for number one.
Right.
Something to keep in mind no matter what you do. With that in mind, though, I still did number one. Right. So I went into college pro window cleaning, where I broke the rookie record with the window cleaning. Then the second year came back and I did over 100,000.
Wow. College Pro, is that you run your own franchise, or
right.
What is that?
Thank you for asking. So really what it is a franchise system. You get to run your own business where you run your own employees, you do your own, you do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, siding. And so I had a team as big as about 20 people under me, where there was a plethora of, salespeople versus producers and such.
Wow.
And it was really, it was the first time where I had full control of exactly what was going to happen with these people as well. So it was an amazing experience, and to this day I still get some recognition from them as to their development sort of thing.
And when was this that you had that team of 20 people?
So this was only 2 years ago now.
2 years ago, wow.
Yeah. It would have been.
How many sales did you say you made?
So in my rookie year I did 73,000.
Okay.
And so that was the record at the time. And then there's this passing summer, where simultaneously being a college pro, I also did vector marketing.
Okay.
So many people know that better as Cutco Knives.
Right.
So I was a sales representative as well as an assistant manager there, where I helped coach other sales representatives to their success, and really where finding people's potential, my passion for it became clear.
Right.
Because really what I was doing was just sitting down with these representatives, and these are students, right? These are university students, and they really don't nobody knows what they're doing when they're thinking of knives. Right. It's the funniest thing. But when you really turn it around and say, no, what you're doing is you're achieving goals here through selling knives kind of thing. And then we start to really coach them and mentor them
Do you
to better
think that
themselves.
you're kind of seeing in these people what you were before that whole shift happened, and do you think that kind of motivates you to kind of get them to where you are at this point?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. And instead what I'd say is that, for me, I had no one to tell me that there was any potential. And I got lucky, I guess. But I don't want that to be the case for others.
Right.
Because I know that it's possible for everyone, I tell them it is. And the second they see it as possible, they begin to believe in it. And as soon as they start to believe in it and something happens that proves it to be right, it's just a snowball effect.
That's awesome. And how old are you now, by the way, Oliver?
I'm actually 23 at this
23, okay. So at 21, you broke the first record for College Pro.
Yep.
Okay, and you were running a team of 20 people at 21 for College
So
Pro.
actually on my first year, we're only up to 12 people.
Okay.
The second year was when we went up to about 20.
All right, 22.
Yeah.
So I just want to stop there for a second for you guys out there that maybe in your 20s that are kind of looking at this and aren't really sure if you could be the person to make it happen. This is proof right here that you can. Oliver was in the same boat as a lot of us are right now, but with a winning mentality, and that's not something that you necessarily grow up with because you didn't grow up with it, and I know that I didn't grow up with it either. That you could adapt that winning personality and you could take it on in your own life and achieve the things that you might not even have thought of possible. And once you see that it's possible, then the snowball effect comes in. So have you noticed that? Have you seen that happen in front of your eyes for some of the people that you were helping in College Pro or in Vector? Have you seen people that you were able to help spark that snowball?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, like I said, right, again, to this day, almost at least once a month now, I get either a text message or something.
Is there any stories, an example that you could think of?
Sure. I mean, the most recent one, and I don't know if you'd be comfortable with me saying his name, so I won't.
Okay.
But the most recent one was a Vector, someone from Vector, and they simply said that honestly, my time at Vector this summer has changed my view on life. You were a huge part of that, and one of my coaches that really helped me in getting to this level where it's hilarious now, and obviously I'm paraphrasing, but now he's saying that when he hears someone saying something like, I don't have time for this, or life is so hard, and then they say something like they're doing one job or something, he pretty much laughs at it and says, like, I can do so much more, sort of thing. Right. So his mentality's changed, and he's really expanded his capacity, which is amazing to see, and I'm really grateful to see that he condones that to me as well.
That's awesome. Hopefully we'll be able to get him on the Young Pro show and get him talking about that same story.
For sure.
So do you notice sort of what do you think is important to start? So say you're somebody who doesn't have that mentality yet, or at least you're doubting yourself, you're not really there yet. Mm-hmm. What do you think are the kind of things that you have to start adapting? Like the first disciplines that you have to start adapting into your life to take on that winning mentality and to kind of start winning at whatever game that you're playing?
So there's definitely a lot of different answers,
of course.
Well as a lot of different points in life. I'd say, you really are what your habits are. Okay. So depending on your daily habits, you will be what those habits are. You become them. So I'd say if you want to really improve your life and start changing your mentality and just your entire world around you, I would say take a look at your habits. Take a look at the things that you do every single day or every single couple days and ask yourself, are those getting me to where I want to be? Now, this could obviously be preluded by, where do you want to be, but that's a different topic. But yeah, so figure out what your habits are. And try knocking off the ones that aren't good or that aren't getting you to where you want to be. And then look into the ones that will get you there. Right. Which now raises another question, though. What are those? Right. What I suggest for that is wherever you want to be, someone has likely been there before. Look at them and see what they've done. What are their daily habits? And copy them. Now, I'm not saying don't be yourself and be someone else. I'm saying if you want to be somewhere else, adapt to their habits and make them your own. Get to that point, and then improve. Right, surround yourself by the people that have the results that you want. We're starting to see a theme here now for the first few episodes. On the first episode, that same theme came up, that you got to surround yourself by the people that have the results that you want if you want to get those results. Yeah. Well, to add on that, no, sorry to interrupt, one of my favorite lines is definitely, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Right. So literally, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll tell you who you are, kind of thing. Who are your 5 closest friends? Evaluate them right now and either
Check them off the list. Cross them off the list. Don't feel bad. It's okay. All right, Oliver. I'm curious. What's next for you, man? Where are you going? Where do you see yourself taking off in your life? I mean, you clearly have the number one winning mentality at this point. So where are you going to be adapting that? And where's that going from here?
Right. So, I mean, short term, right now, what I'm doing is I'm actually working with my partner of life. We're taking on Scholars at Your Service. It's a painting business, residential, commercial.
Power couple.
Yeah, you could put it that way.
Okay.
It's another franchise experience, and I just really like it because it's cool that I don't have to worry too much about the system side of things and focus really more on fine tuning my skills as well as looking to coach and mentor the people that work under me. So already with that, I'm getting some people from College Pro back on, all that kind of stuff, as well as working with Clever Clothing, which is a pretty awesome brand of clothing line. Not going to get too much into it, but we're trying to sort of change the face of how to get yourself custom clothing, as well as really making sure our customer service blows people away.
Okay,
sort of thing.
awesome.
Now this is the short term. This is something that might last for a couple years, and then it'll either take off on its own or something like that. But there's much more. One of the biggest things I want to get into within the next 5 years is real estate. So that's where I think my type of killer mentality is going to really dominate the game. So
any type of real estate in specific that you're thinking of? I think we might have had a discussion at one point about renewable energy with real estate. Are you thinking about kind of going in that direction?
Well, so I mean, to say where I'm going to be in real estate is hard to say. It's really more, and here's another principle that I've always believed in is, take every opportunity head on.
Right.
There's no reason to pass one up, and entrepreneurs can see opportunities anywhere. So I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is that whatever opportunity comes my way as I become a real estate agent, I'll take.
Right.
So, but then again, now you've also mentioned sustainable development. Probably going to be my focus if I can land that.
Awesome. Okay, good to know. Well, Oliver, these are all amazing things that are here from you. I'm happy that you're coming on here today. I just kind of want to finish things off by leaving the viewers with some tips that they could kind of act upon right now in their life, right? So if they're watching and they're seeing you and they're seeing the results that you're doing, they're seeing, the kind of people that are coming on the Young Pro Show, and they're looking at their life and they're starting to reevaluate their life and think, well, hey, maybe I do want to change my life. Maybe I do want to make things better. Maybe I do want to create the life of my dreams. Well, where do they start?
Sure. So great question, and I know exactly what to say. So like I said, habits is what's going to determine who you are. And the best habit to begin with is your morning ritual. So setting yourself up a morning ritual, and I would go directly to say, read the book The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod.
Okay.
Easy read and really gets to the point about why it's worth having a morning ritual. It has been one of the biggest condoners to how I was able to finish first place at College Pro, as well as at Vector at the same time on the summer, being able to have my window cleaning business run itself while selling knives at the same time.
Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod.
Yeah, The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. So I'd say really start with your habits and especially your morning ritual. Become an early riser. Successful people get up before the sun.
All right, well that's good to hear. So for the viewers, how do they get a hold of you if they wanna talk to you, if they wanna reach out to you, if they're looking for advice, where could they go?
Yeah, that's actually one of the biggest things. Definitely, if you want to reach out to me, I love helping people. I love listening. I love coaching, all that kind of stuff. Nowhere near being a master. A lot to learn, just like David, I'm sure as well. The path to knowledge is endless. Yeah. But you can find me. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Oliver Wolf. Typically, you'll find me that way. And we can go from there. All
right, a little disclosure on that. By no means any time that we come on the Young Pro Show are we saying that we know everything, or that are we the ones that are the masters of it all. Just like you guys, we're the ones that are learning, and that's why we're bringing more and more people onto this show so we can keep learning with you guys. That's really the goal of this whole process, is so we can grow together on this planet as one. So Oliver, well, do you have any other things you want to say before we kind of end this show off?
Thanks for your time, obviously. Really don't feel shy to reach out to me, whether it's for advice or anything. Like, I'm really there for you, and No, I'm just happy to see this happening. I really am. Again, third episode, so it's something real brand new, but let's see what happens when we get to 300, right?
Okay, Oliver, well, hey, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Thank you to all those who are listening right now, and we will see you soon.